So anybody hear about the college scandal where these rich assholes, former celebrities, were essentially paying universities to get their kids in? Wouldn't it be cheaper for your kid to just work hard and get good grades? Oh, well, that'd be too much work, right? So Lori Loughlin, anybody remember her? Oh, God. Anybody remember that crappy TV show from the, was it the 80s? The mid-80s to the early 90s. What was it called? Full House? Had those two twins. I forget what their name, but one of them's married to some old dude now, and they both had some kind of, eating disorder, anorexia or something, or bulimia. I don't know. But anyway, they look bizarre now. It's crazy. Aunt Becky. So she was Aunt Becky on that crappy show. You know, the one where you had the three old men living with the daughters of the one guy. And they were both uncles, or one of them was an uncle. And then the comedian dude that wasn't very funny at all, used to date that one singer, was a friend. Ugh, I thought that show was crap. Was crap! So Lori Loughlin was in denial and thought the DA was bluffing. So it turns out these people, some of them are going to go to jail. Imagine that. I guess they didn't have any friends in the Obama administration or the former Obama administration to get them off like Jesse Smollett did. So Lori Loughlin of Full House didn't believe she would see time in the big house. Of course not. I'm a celebrity. I'll never go to jail. Well, you're old now. You're old and you're post-wall and you haven't been on anything in 25 fucking years. So good luck. That's why she and husband Massimo Giannulli, sounds like a good mafia name. Mr. Giannulli, I broke his knees for you. That's good. Never go against the family. Rejected a plea deal in the college admission bribery scheme. Rejected. Multiple outlets reported, citing unnamed sources. She has been in complete denial and thought maybe she could skate by. Of course she did. Of course she did. An unnamed source told E! On Wednesday she refused to accept any jail time. Zero jail time because, I didn't really do anything wrong. I just paid a university $500,000. A university which, by the way, I don't think is that great. I mean, why didn't she shoot for Harvard or something? Southern California University. Come on. Is that really that great a school? Is anything in California great? I don't think so. She thought she could skate by. She refused to accept any jail time and thought the DA was bluffing. Why would she think that? Maybe her lawyer told her that? I'd get a new lawyer. She was adamant she wouldn't do any jail time. Are you out of your mind? They want to make an example out of you, you dumb bitch. She's attractive, right? Or she was attractive. She's not attractive anymore. She's piled on tons of makeup, but she still don't look that good. She's having to wear these gigantic glasses to hide half of her fucking face. They look bigger than those Jackie O sunglasses. Jesus. Federal prosecutors turned up the heat on Loughlin this week, slapping her and others in the case with additional charges of conspiring to commit fraud. That's serious. And money laundering. Oh, woo. Oh, you thought you'd skate by on that, did you, honey? No jail time, really? The superseding charges came after prominent figures snailed in the sting, including Desperate Housewives star Felicity Huffman pleaded guilty to mail fraud and honest services mail fraud. You see, you're all the wrong color. You're white people. I know what happened. They saw Jesse Smollett. I know this was before this, but I think that the rejection of the plea deal was after that. But anyway, I think they saw Smollett, and they said, well, he might get away with it. Okay, we'll be fine. Yeah, but you're not black and gay. You don't understand. You don't understand, Lori Loughlin. You're just a Wayman. But you're white. They cancel each other out, you see. Okay, you're thinking to yourself, well, I'm a Wayman, so I'll get the pussy pass. No, because yes, you're a white Wayman, but white women are increasingly not getting the privilege that Waymen get if they're white. You see, the whiteness cancels out the female. So, you're not getting that privilege anymore, ladies. Yeah, I see a pushback here from white feminists who are increasingly getting pushed out of the feminist movement by black and brown women who are saying, we don't need no white feministas anymore because, they're women, but they're white, and white is evil. Oh no! Feminism is pushing us out and we're no longer getting the advantages we did. So federal prosecutors turned up the heat, slapping her and others in the case with money laundering. The superseding charges came after other prominent figures were snared. Laughlin and Giannulli are accused of paying $500,000. Whoa. That's a lot of money. Come on. Have you seen her daughter, by the way, the Laughlin? Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Which explains why. You know, she couldn't get any good grades. Good-looking broads are stupid. Have you noticed that? Very early on, they realize their privilege, and they understand that they don't really have to work that hard. They can get by on their looks. Yeah. Well, when you have that kind of attitude, like mommy, like daughter, you have to pay $500,000 to get your kid into a good university, I guess, so that they can, you know, spend 4 years chugging beer at fraternity parties. So their daughters would be admitted to the University of Southern California under the ruse of being crew athletes. What the hell is that? What's a crew athlete? What is that? One of those fucking people that rows in a boat or some shit? I don't know what that is. They faced the original charges in a Boston federal court last week with Huffman, but Laughlin and her husband have not agreed to enter guilty pleas because any deal with prosecutors would have entailed time behind bars. A source close to the case told People. Wow. They really thought that they would get through this with no jail time. Unbelievable. The guidelines call for a sentence of 18 to 24 months, according to the outlet. They weren't ready to accept that, a source said. What are you doing right now anyway? You're sitting around twiddling your thumbs trying to get your kids into a school. You're not even working. You might as well go to jail. You can get yourself into a nice jail, right? It's like a country club. Minimum security. You can play tennis all day. Only now the two reportedly are coming to grips with the gravity of the predicament. They could face dozens of years in prison if convicted of the more serious charges and sentenced to the maximum, which is an unlikely scenario, but it's still going to be more than 18 to 24 months. I love it. I love it. So, I'm beautiful. You're in your 50s, sweetheart. You're no longer beautiful. You have a subpar sexual marketplace value, like below zero. Try getting divorced and seeing if you can find a new man. It's not going to happen. You got kids, you're post 50. Yeah, good luck. Yeah. So you have no marketplace value sexually. You're not attractive anymore. You're unattractive, in fact. And you thought that you would get off with no jail time being a white woman? If you had been black, maybe. But you're white. People don't know how reality works anymore. They're all very stupid. They don't get it. This woman thought that she would get off the hook because she's a woman. It's not enough anymore. It's not enough. You're a leftist who doesn't know how your own group works. They've pushed, you see, they've pushed the margins out more as to what makes an oppressed victim class. Being a woman is no longer enough. Being a white woman is no longer enough. You got to be black. You got to be trans. You got to be a midget Native American, pounding on a fucking drum in the face of a white boy, but the white boy is accused of being the aggressor because he smirked. I mean, what are you thinking, honey? I'm going to get off scot-free because I have a vagina. No! You're going to the big house, sweetheart. Yeah. Lori is finally realizing just how serious this is. I would have thought getting arrested with guns pointed at her, that would wake her up to that fact. Nah, she's been arrested before, snorting the coke and all that. Nah, she doesn't think it's that serious, the source said. But she's seen the light now, and that she will do jail time, and she's freaking out. It feels like her whole world is falling apart. She's putting all her trust in her team of lawyers and hoping for the best. You should go back to the prosecutor and beg and plead for that former plea deal, which isn't going to happen. A lawyer for Laughlin didn't immediately answer HuffPost's request for comment. Of course, this is from the Huffington Post. Trying to paint her as the aggrieved party. Good luck! I love it. I hope she does 10 years in jail. Comes out looking like the old hag she is. No makeup will fix that face after 10 years in jail. I love it. Schadenfreude. Yes, I'm reveling in the misery and the misfortune of this horrible woman. Why didn't you just teach your kid to do better in school? I don't understand this. I don't understand it. I mean, her kids must be these spoiled brat, privileged cunts. You really got to pay $500,000, which is a lot of money, by the way. Again, this woman hasn't done anything in Hollywood since that crappy show went off the air. She might have been on that, what was it, Fuller House? Is that still on the air, by the way? Some new show that came out with the original cast or some of the original cast on it. Yeah, the girls now have their own kids, and this Lori Broad is now old, matronly broad. Maybe she's on that show. Maybe she was making some money for that, but she's not that rich. $500,000 is a lot of money to her. I mean, now you got that Jesse Smollett, who's actually still relevant. He's fighting the city of Chicago for $130,000. Of course, most of the reason he's fighting paying that, and they're having to take him to trial over that, is because if he pays it, it would kind of be like admitting he's guilty, which he is, but he doesn't want to do. Everything's relative. If I just continue saying I'm not guilty, that's the truth. Truth is what you make it. I have my own truth. There's no objective truth. I'm not guilty if I keep saying I'm not guilty, even though I'm guilty. Okay, Jesse, smell it. Bunghole smeller. Okay. I hate that fucking guy.